Proud of our guys. The fact that you come to Pittsburgh and win, which is a very difficult thing to do. I've got tremendous respect for Pat Narduzzi. He's one of the best defensive coaches in the business, and his teams play hard. And they changed their offense up. Coming in, they were attacking our tackles and trying to get the quarterback on the corner and bouncing things outside, because we've done a good job stopping the run up inside, using some play action passes, had a couple of trick plays with the throwback to the tight end, and we said that when you go on the road, there's usually a surge, and that's what we saw. They had a lot of energy, they were excited, we couldn't let them get excited, and we did. And then offensively, we look up and we had the ball 4 minutes the first quarter. And then at halftime, we had it 10 minutes, they had it 20, and we had it 25 plays to their 35. So they were dominating the time of possession and keeping Drake off the field, and that's what we're gonna face every week with people trying to do that, and it was a good thing. But then we scored before the half, we held them from scoring, and that middle 5, middle 10 is really important. And then we came back and scored, we kicked a field goal, and then I think scored again starting the second half, because we had the ball to start the second half. Really proud of our defense after they adjusted. They forced 4 turnovers, and that's significant. They did a tremendous job and really finished the game for us. Offensively, we weren't going to throw it when they were down 17, and we felt like they weren't moving it. So we handcuffed our offense, but we still got to do a better job running the ball when they know we're running. We know we're going to run it, because that's what happened last week, and we did a better job in that situation than we did tonight. But we didn't have a turnover on offense. We had a punt return for the first time since I've been here, I think.
2018.
Was 20, did we have one?
2018.
2018, yeah. So I didn't remember one, I usually would. And then we did a poor job with 2 kickoffs. We didn't cover well on the kickoff return for a touchdown, and then our sky kick was way too short. That's supposed to be back to the 25 instead of the 35. So, but really proud of the guys. We didn't do as good a job on third downs tonight offensively, but we did a great job with holding them to 4 of 11 on defense. And we scored when we got in the red zone. We were 1 for 2 on fourth downs, and the one we didn't make was the last one there that we're going through. So proud of the guys. The play that Drake made with his left hand's maybe the best play I've ever seen in college football. It's unbelievable. I sat there and looked at it, and I wanted to run it back, and then I looked up at the Jumbotron. I told him at that time, win the game, and it'll be number 1 on SportsCenter. And I think it would have been number 1 either way, but I was shocked. I've never seen him even do that. And he just acts like he does it all the time. So, but he is really a good player.
Coach, one note for you, 7 straight road wins is the second longest active streak in the country.
7 straight road wins is the second longest active road game streak in the country, and that's good, because we lost all of them 2 years ago. So we have flipped that. Yes?
Coach, just to start, I'm assuming you know this, but are you aware of the last time that UNC went 4-0 to start the season?
Yes, I was 45. It was 1997, and I just told the guys that, and what a significant accomplishment for them. So proud of them. And we've had the hardest schedule we've had since we've been here. We've probably had the hardest 4 games that I've ever played to start a season. Maybe there was a team that was better, but not 4 teams. And all 4 of these teams are physical. And our guys stood up to the challenge.
Mack, did you get a chance after Drake took that hit on the rough in the passer? Did you get a chance to kind of talk to him and see kind of how he was doing and get a sense of that?
No, I got Connor obviously taking snaps and got him in immediately, and then they said Drake was going to stay in, and he couldn't. When your trainers come on the field, then he has to come out for a play. And then Chip tried to go fast, and we were trying to slow him down on the sideline because Drake was ready to go back in. And we asked Drake, "Can you run a quarterback sneak right after you got hit?" And he said, "Absolutely, I'm good."
Did you ever, when he came off after the lefty, did you say, where did that come from? Did you have a chance to check with him on how he came up with that?
I think I said that may be the coolest play I've ever seen in college football, and I've seen a lot of plays. That was really cool. I'm still shocked he did it. I mean, I don't even know how he got it from his right hand to his left hand and pitched it as a.
There's a guy dragging him down.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable play.
Kind of like Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No question. And he makes slippery plays too. He can run and find, he knows now he's doing a better job of finding out where that first down marker is and sliding. I'm so proud of him.
I was gonna say, 4 games into the season, where do you see this team right now? Just trying to assess where you are.
I see an older, confident team. They prepared this week. They came up here understanding it was gonna be hard. Didn't panic when it was hard. But I also see a team that can get so much better. And part of it is we got so many new coaches that this will be a great week to reassess our first 4 games and find out exactly who we are and what we like and what we need to change. It couldn't be a better time for an open date for us.
A lot of the talk this week was about how their offense had been struggling, but a lot of people pay much attention to the fact they've been pretty strong defensively. You guys had 4 touchdowns on your first 5 drives, plus that punt return. So what was working for you guys to kind of mix it up and have that success?
Yeah, I think it's the mix. When you got a guy like Drake, even Coach Narduzzi was saying that guy's unbelievable after the game. When you've got a guy like him and you turn him loose, the running game opens up when you can throw it as well as he does, and he just sees everything. We're just so blessed. We're watching one of the best to ever do it, and we saw Sam Howell, who's playing on Sundays and winning now, and now we're seeing Drake. I mean, it's just we're so blessed at North Carolina to have 2 of the best to ever do it here in our 5 years.
Mac, when you say you see an older, confident team, is that also seen in, as you sort of mentioned, you get down 14-7, those 2 drives for them to start had you off balance a little bit. They were long drives, but you were able to fix it and adjust. Is that where some of that older confidence is seen, the ability to adjust on the fly and get it fixed and not let it,
Yes, it's a combination of both. They trust the coaches, and they know these coaches know what they're doing. When you bring the credibility in of a Gene Chiswick, who's won a national championship as a defensive coordinator and as a head coach, they're going to listen. And when things aren't going well, they go sit down and say, what's happening? What's wrong? What do we need to do? Instead of, come on, man, and screaming like we did a couple of years ago. So I do believe that this coaching staff has their attention. They do know if they do what they're supposed to do, they can stop people and win. And again, tonight, I was headed down to talk to them about if they don't score again, they can't win, which is pretty simpleton, but then said Gray was all over it. In fact, he kind of said, hey, I got it. So I'm so proud of Sid too.
Coach, coming out in that 3rd quarter, you guys go the deep ball, 52-yard connection, that sets up another touchdown. Can you just kind of take us through the mindset of that big play? And you talked about the surge, maybe squashing any momentum.
Yes, when you go back and study football, we talk about the middle 10, and it's important to lead at halftime. If you look at stats, probably a no-brainer, but still, a lot of times when you're leading at halftime, you win the game more than if not. And then the second part of that is the scoring before, and then when you get the ball like we did this time to start the 3rd quarter, you can get a 10 or 14 point swing. I think we got a 17 point swing. And that just changes the whole game. And then you add the addition of the new clock rule. And you get down 17, that clock's running. And if you just hold it a little bit, that thing goes fast. And then it forced Pat to use some of his timeouts early, so they didn't have timeouts at the end either. And really, really proud of J.J. Jones. He made so many plays right on the boundary tonight, staying in bounds, and just to have an awareness of exactly where his feet were. And Drake's gotten a good combo with him. So last week it was Nate McCullum, and tonight he found J.J. Moore. And J.J.'s had to step up even more since we don't have Tez Walker, and then Gavin Blackwell didn't get to travel with us tonight. So other guys are stepping up.
Is there a level of concern, the
Yes.
punt return, or the kickoff return rather for a touchdown? Then you had the pooch kick you said should have gone to the 25 with the 35.
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that?
We didn't cover well. They didn't close like they're supposed to, and we're not going to kick it out every time. Ryan Coe was kicking it out just about every time, and we put it in the right area. So it was absolutely coverage that gave them the touchdown, and that's the best thing could have happened to us because it didn't get us beat, and they're going to get to see it. and then they'll be covering a lot differently on Tuesday. And the second thing is you can't sky kick if you're gonna sky kick to the 35. If you're not gonna cover, you gotta kick it, you gotta sky kick, but you gotta get back to the 25, so they'll fair catch it. And then you start there, but we've got some work to do on both those areas, and we knew, we were proud of Liam Boyd that he's been kicking it out, but those were with the wind at the end too, so he's gotta do a better job there, and like I said, you didn't ask me about how great Noah Burnett did.
I was gonna
And you
actually-
didn't ask me about how great the punt return was, so I know we get the negatives in here.
Well, you
and
were,
that's
I didn't
part
want to
of
ask
it.
you too long a question. I was gonna mention, no, that was a career high for him, that 48-yard.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That's good.
He had 43 and 48, so. yeah.
Thank you for asking.
I just wanted to go on the other parts that you were mentioning.
Yeah, we got time for two more.
Mac, Elijah
Shelby,
Hussey.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, go.
No?
Can you-
No, it's
Okay.
Could you speak to Huzzy's versatility tonight?
Yes, I think we got both of them, both questions.
Just the playmaking, you know?
Yeah.
Two for-
What we saw at East Tennessee State was an All-American that had 12 interceptions. And he's just a ball hawk. He's got instincts, he competes, and he has tremendous hands. And a couple of those catches were just phenomenal. And I knew, I told him this week during practice, I feel a punt return coming. I know, we just gotta give him a little more room, give him a chance, and man, he broke some tackles, and you go north and south, and that's when punt returns happen, and so proud of him that he accomplished that tonight, but he's really a good player. He would be at corner if we hadn't lost Dre Boykins, so it's hurt us some, so the corners still have to grow up, and they've gotta continue to get better, but it's helped that Chapman played again tonight, did some good things. I hated Tayon got out, he hit with the shoulder, so targeting's different now than it was last year or 2 years ago, so it's just, you never know what you're gonna get. But I'm really, really pleased with Elijah Hussey. Great players in FCS are great players in FBS, and he is a great player. He is fun to watch.
Mac,
Last one.
You were gonna say something?
Go for it.
Yeah,
Jeremy.
you mentioned J.J. Jones a couple minutes ago, and the fact that he's had to step up because of, Tez Walker not being able to play. But how have you seen his game? How have you seen the strides in his game from last year to this year?
Jeremiah, he's been hurt since he's been here. And he's just something, ankle growing or something always. And now he's just gotten so much more confidence. And he's a tall target. He may not be as fast as a guy like Tez, but a lot of times the NFL people will tell you that height will take up for a little bit less speed because you've got a height differential on most cornerbacks, and he's got that advantage. He can jump, he can catch, he's got great timing, he's got tremendous hands, and like I said, you have a knack. Every time we would catch it and he'd be in by 2 inches, I was thinking they're gonna review it. And then I'd look up there and he's in by 2 inches. I mean, that's just, is amazing, the ability he's got in the knack, and Drake just feels comfortable with him, obviously. And one of the back shoulder throws was coming off the goal line. I couldn't even believe on Hussey's interception, we had momentum at the 1. But then you get a 99-yard drive. So, but JJ's playing at a real high level, and that's what's happening now with older players with some experience. When one guy isn't able to step in, somebody else is stepping up, and that's really, really helping us, and we're still playing a lot of people on defense. The last 4 years with us being out there 35 plays to 25 the first half, we couldn't have done that. We would have been so tired, and now we're just rotating. I saw Kendrick Bingley Jones out there in the fourth quarter playing. So we're playing a lot of guys, and I really like that.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you all.